everybody. We have hips this morning, and it's going to feel great. So we're going to do some mobility work, and we're going to work with our foam roller and our massage balls a little bit, one or the other. They both will work, just to kind of warm all the areas up that we're going to get ready, and we're going to work a little bit harder. And then we're going to do our resistance stretching, which is where we engage a muscle and elongate it to try to get into that deep structural fascia. And then we're going to finish with some nice long yin holds, where we're going to be nice and relaxed and hold our poses. So let's start, and it's going to be all hips all day. So what you need is you need your bolster or a pillow. And this is going to be good for propping your head. If your neck is feeling uncomfortable, we're definitely going to be using it in our long holds, in our kind of yin portion with our longer supported holds. Foam roller, you guys know I love my Manduka roller. It doesn't make a difference what foam roller you have. People ask me all the time. I have the Manduka foam roller, and then massage balls. I have a little tote that has 2 balls in it. You can use a singular ball today. You can use 2 balls in a tote. You'll kind of see what we're going to be doing. And you can also use a dual ball if you have a dual ball, which is kind of like 2 lacrosse balls that are already connected. I love this guy. I travel with it all the time. And then blocks, 1 or 2 blocks, which will help. Okay, so let's start by lying on our back. And we're going to just start with some hip circles, with some knee circles, and warm up the hip flexor, and actually warm up the hip. So we're going to be on our back, legs are long, and you're going to ground down through your heels. Bend your right knee and bring your right foot to the mat, and then lift your right foot up off the mat. And we're just going to start to make some circles with our knee, and we're going to try to not have our hips rock from side to side. So in order to do that, you want to engage your core and push your left heel, the extended leg, push that heel down into the mat. And you can relax your right foot, and like a spiral, each circle is going to get a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger. My shoulder blades are anchored down into the mat, so my leg is just kind of going to get longer and longer, and then I'm going to change direction. I'm going to start with a big long circle, kind of like an oval. My knee is pointing straight up. My foot is off the mat and grounding down through my left heel, and then the circle is going to get smaller and smaller and smaller, and then I'm going to extend that leg out long. I want you to rest your hands on your hip flexors, and that's the part of your hip that's below your hip bone, and I can feel that my right side is open and a lot more spread than my left side. This is a great way to warm up your hips. So press down with your right foot, right heel, bend your left knee, bring your foot onto the mat, and then lift your foot a couple of inches and start to work on the left hip. So this is a nice mobility movement that's bringing blood flow into the area. So we're just warming it up. Great thing to do if you go into the gym and you're going to do leg day. You want to warm up your hips, help you with your squats, help you with your hip flexion. So it gets a little bit bigger. And if you hear clicking and popping, that's okay. Pain is not okay, so you want to back off if something hurts. I have a little clicky action going on the left side, but I don't have any pain. But my left side feels different than my right side. So I want you to kind of feel and notice. Well, a lot of times when we work with our hip, we do 1 hip at a time. So I want you to notice. And then just extend your left leg out long and rest your hands on your hip flexors and just kind of see how that feels. All right, bring your arms out wide. You can have your palms face down, or your hands can be palms face up, and you can have a bend in your elbows like a cactus if you want. And you're just going to bend your knees, bring your feet flat, and we're going to do some windshield wipers. So we're not gonna push, we're just gonna have our knees go over to the right, and we're just gonna feel that stretch, and then we're gonna cycle through center, we're gonna have our knees go over to the left. So we're not gonna push anything, we just want you to feel, we're just doing some mobility work, just to kind of take an assessment. Should feel good. Your head is relaxed. All right, and then roll on to your right side. Bring your right elbow down to the mat and rest your head down. We're just gonna do a sideline hip circles. Your bottom knee is bent, your top knee is bent, so your knees are kind of out in line with your hip, and we're just gonna make some circles here. You kind of have to engage your core here and lean slightly forward so that you're not leaning back and up towards the sky, right? So this is a nice shoulder stretch too. See if you can pull your elbow back so it's in line with your shoulder, and then make some change direction. And breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. We're just warming things up here. Good, and then let's change sides. So you can be upright, you can rest your head down, doesn't make a difference. Bend your knees, bring your knees out in line with your hip, and start to make some hip circles with that top knee. Your right fingertips are on the mat, stabilizing your torso. See if you can ride the edge. See if you can lift it up and back, and see how far. We should have done this more deliberately on the other side. Trying to find that controlled circle and then change direction. So you go back and up, and I want you to ride the edge of that circle. Don't just go through the motions mindlessly. One more, good one, good. And then press yourself up and sit cross-legged without your ankles touching, crossing. I notice that my left ankle is in front, and I'm just gonna reach my arms forward. My outer hips are super tight. Did a workout yesterday, and we were doing something, and I was like, I think I was doing fire hydrants, and I was like, oh my gosh. My range of motion was so limited. I've just been doing a lot of strength and not enough stretching. Okay, come back, let's put the other leg in front. This is an opportunity to notice the difference between the right and the left. Big stretch on the outer hip. We're not gonna hold this long. We're just trying to get some, just trying to warm up the area. Good, okay, come to a nice wide V. So your heels are down and your toes are up. You're gonna clasp your hands and make a fist. I'm gonna reach to my left ankle, I'm gonna reach forward, I'm gonna reach to my right ankle, and I'm gonna come forward. So we're just making some circles, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, and I'm gonna change direction. I'm gonna reach for my right, I'm gonna reach forward, reach to the left, and come forward. That feels good. All right, come to a butterfly pose where your soles of your feet are together and your knees are wide. You're gonna clasp your hands, and you're just going to pick up your right knee and tap your knee by your left foot, and then come back to your butterfly pose. And then bring your left knee to your right inner foot, and then come back. If you need to push with your hands, push with your hands. Otherwise, what we want to do is try to have a nice flat back. One more each side. Good morning, hips. It's actually a good core exercise. Come on your back, figure four. We're gonna do figure four wipers. So your right ankle is on your left knee. And I'm just gonna keep my left foot on the floor. I'm gonna roll over so that my quad comes to the mat, and I'm gonna roll over to the other side so that my foot comes to the mat. Oh, that outer hip, that feels really good. I'm gonna open and I'm gonna close. I'm trying to keep my shoulder blades on the mat, but do whatever feels good, right? My left foot is on the mat. You might have to lift your heel to get a little bit of more range of motion. And I'm gonna switch sides. My right foot is down, my left ankle is on my right knee, and I'm gonna roll. Oh my gosh, big difference between the left and the right. Make sure your right foot is down in line with your right knee. It's not crossed over. I want you to be in one long line here. Foot taps, maybe the knee, maybe the knee taps. I'm not really feeling it. I'm feeling a lot of tightness in my low back on the right side, right? I have issues with my SI joint on the right side. I have like an arthritic condition in my low back on the right side. So it's a little bit crabby for me. So just hug your knees into your chest. Roll you over to one side and press yourself up and hop on your full, grab your foam roller. So we're going to come on our back, lift up our hips, and get our roller underneath our sacrum. So it's not on your low back, and it's not on your glutes. It's not on your butt. It's on that bony plate. Engage your core, pick up one foot, pick up the other foot, bring the soles of your feet together so you have nice wide knees. Bring your hands down to the mat, engage your core, right? So we want to make sure that we protect our low back here, and we're going to make some circles in this diamond position. Relax your knees out nice and wide. It's a little massage on the low back. It's going to feel real good. And then change direction. Keep the soles of your feet together. See how low you can bring your feet down to the mat as long as you don't arch your low back, okay? So you need to keep your spine really engaged here, so you're using your core. Good. And then bring your feet down and just rest. I'm going to reposition my roller. And I'm just going to bring my knees up to tabletop. My knees are over my hips. My knees are not real close to my chest. And I'm just going to rock from side to side. I'm using my core to stabilize my low back. And I'm just going to rock over to the right and over to the left. And then I'm going to go over to the right. My knees are together and I'm going to make circles. I'm holding onto the roller with my left hand. The bigger the circle, the more you're going to get into the tissue on the outer part of this hip. Then I'm going to change direction. We're trying to get blood flow into this area. We're working on the superficial fascia, and then bicycle your knees back and forth. You're 45 degrees over to one side. And then come back through center and come over to the other side and do the same thing. Knees are together, 45 degrees over to the left. Knees are over the hips. You're not going to feel very much if your knees are close to your chest. And then make some circles in the opposite direction. And then pause and bicycle your knees. So we're just trying to spread out that fascia, hydrate it so that it's a little bit more functional and glidey and slidey, and then just rest. What I like to do is bring my quads and rest them right on my hands so that my knees are kind of close to my chest, and I'm just resting here. It's a nice resting pose. All right, we're gonna do a quad stretch. So this one's a little funky. So bring your feet down onto the mat and reposition your roller so you've got it right there on your sacrum. And I'm gonna lift up my left foot, and I'm gonna interlace my fingers on my left shin, and I'm gonna walk my right foot in so that it's not underneath my knee, but a little bit closer to the roller. We want to be careful that the right knee doesn't open up or cave in, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to hug our left knee into our chest, push down with your right foot, and push your right knee slightly forward. You should feel a stretch in your quad, your right quad. So I'm pulling my left knee gently in towards my left shoulder. Now scoop your tailbone, scoop your belly like you're trying to zip up tight pants. Push down with your right foot and push forward with your right knee. Big, big quad stretch here. And then release, put your left foot down, hug your right knee in. So it might be a micro movement, okay? The closer your left foot is to your roller, the more you're gonna feel this. If your foot's too far away, you're not gonna feel this. It has to be at least underneath your knee or maybe 1 foot in. So first, just start to hug your right knee in towards your right shoulder. I can like barely do it on this side. Then I'm gonna push my left foot down. I'm gonna press my left knee forward, tuck my tailbone slightly, and feel a nice quad stretch on the left side. You guys feel that? That's a big one. Don't forget to breathe. All right, legs up the wall. Dorsiflex, plantar flex, toes to the nose, toes to the sky. Just point and flex. Make some circles with your ankles in one direction. Make some circles with your ankles in the other direction. Put your feet down, lift your hips up like you're in bridge, and release your roller. Roll over to one side and press yourself up. So let's just roll the front of the area that we were just doing that stretch on. So come to a forearm plank and we're really going to focus on hip flexors here. So top of the quad, that area that's kind of in between the top of the quad and the pelvis, I'm in a forearm plank and I'm just going to roll back and forth. I'm going to turn my body sideways because if I don't turn sideways, I'm basically rolling on the front of my pelvis or pubic area, which doesn't feel very good. And I'm going to cross fiber by kind of moving my butt from side to side, going up towards the hip bone, and then down towards the quad. And I'm going to go to the other side, so we're working our hip flexor area here. Oh, I almost fell off my roller. Okay, and then I'm going to move my roller down, and I'm going to roll my quads by bending and extending my elbows, lifting my toes up off the mat. So my toes are pointed straight behind me. There's a bunch of different things you can do here. You can spread your feet wider and do toes out. Oh, there's your inner thigh, right? Tight muscles, tight fascia in there. You can put your toes down if you want to regulate how much pressure is on there. So that'll get the inside part of those 4 quadricep muscles, right? And then the other thing you can do is connect your big toes and have your heels be out and crawl to the front of the mat and then crawl to the back of the mat. A couple other things you can do for your quads here. Everybody feels this in their quads. Put your toes down and bend one knee and bring your heel towards your glute. Bend the other knee, bring the heel towards your glute. Engage your core and maybe wiggle your butt from side to side. Just change like an inch on the roller and see what we're looking for is we're looking for areas that feel a little bit crabby, right? And we don't want so much pressure that we can't breathe. So we're taking nice big inhales and big strong exhales. And we're just trying to get some breath into this area and get this tissue to spread. If there's any stuck chemicals in there, any knots, we want to encourage them to give them an environment so that they can maybe release or help us be in a position where we can do this work and our central nervous system gets dialed down a little bit by doing this massage work so that we're in less pain and less discomfort, right? Which will increase our ability to have more of a range of motion. Okay, so come on off your roller and let's grab our balls. So 2 balls in their tote or your dual ball. If you don't, I don't think this will work with 1 ball. If you don't have a ball, then put a foam roller. I'll show you. Put a foam roller underneath your legs. So what we're going to do is we're going to work the outer part of the hip down here. So here's where our femur kind of comes into our hip bone, right? There's a little spot there, the greater trochanter. We want to be below that. So I'm going to take the ball, I'm going to put it perpendicular on that tissue, and I'm going to roll over. And you can bring your top foot in front, or you can put your top foot behind. And I'm just going to do a little bit of, so it's kind of the top part of the IT band. It's not really the IT, it's above the IT band, right? It's super crabby in here. So I've got my head resting on my hand. You can see the ball. You can see my ball. If you don't have the ball, you can come on the roller and you can do the same thing. So you're just going to put your roller perpendicular. You're going to have to be on your elbow, and you're going to get the same area. And I like to scoop my butt forward and back. You can wave your knee up and down. You can go down a couple inches and up a couple inches. You can bend and extend, or you can just hang on a spot if it feels good, and you can pin and drape and just breathe. Foam roller works, the dual ball works, and 2 balls in the toe works. It would be really hard to do with 1 ball. It would be an incredible amount of pressure. Okay, let's go to the other side. So I'm going to put this guy, like if I have a pocket that I'm going to slide my hands in, my front pocket, I'm going to put it over there by my pinky finger, and I'm going to roll over onto it. You can stay up on your elbow. You have to figure out how you get this, how much pressure you can handle, right? And how much you want to put on it. You want to stay off that outer hip bone, right? That greater trochanter that I told you about. You want to stay off of that. And just kind of trap the ball in here, and you can bend and extend the bottom leg. You can roll on and off of it. It's kind of brutal. You can put your head on a block. You can do whatever feels good. You can bend and extend. You can wave your knee up and down. You can seesaw your knee forward and back. This is just basically massage work, right? This is what we pay our massage therapists to do. This is the massage gun. This is the superficial fascia and warming up the muscles. Okay, press your balls off to the side, and let's get into some flossing or some resistance stretching. So we're gonna figure out what muscle we're working on. We're gonna first engage it, and then we're gonna elongate it, and then we're gonna let the pressure go, and we're gonna come back to the starting position. So we're gonna go on our sides. You're welcome to put your head on a bolster or your head on a block. Doesn't make a difference at all what you're doing with your upper body. My knees are bent, my knees are in line with my hips. Here's my hip, here's my knees. My knees aren't down here, okay? Because I want to make it accessible. I'm going to open up my top leg without rolling onto my back. So I want to keep my shoulders square, facing forward, facing you guys. I'm going to reach up, I'm going to take my right hand, and I'm going to bring it to my outer thigh. So it's a clamshell. So the engagement is going to be, first we want to engage the muscle that we want to elongate. I'm going to plug my knee towards the back wall, and I already feel this in my outer hip where I just kind of had that ball. And then I'm going to resist it, I'm going to push with my top hand, I'm going to keep pulling my knee back, and I'm going to close it off. And then I'm going to let all that relax, and I'm going to come back to my starting position. So we're flossing, we're not holding. We're going to hold at the end of class. We're opening, find the pressure, engage the muscle, and elongate it. So it's the outer hip, outer hip, outer hip. I'm even going to bring my knee all the way down to the mat. And then I'm going to come even forward from that bottom knee. I'm going to plug my right knee back. I'm going to push, 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 push. I'm going to bring it a little bit forward because I want more. I want to stretch this outer hip here. And come forward. Okay, let's go to the other side. Lie on your right side. You don't have to do a lot of these. We're getting into the structural fascia. The deepest layer of fascia. Open up that left leg as high as you can. Take the hand, my elbows nice and high. Engage, plug the knee back, elongate, push with the hand, pull back with it. So I'm having a tug of war. I'm having a fight. pull, pull, pull. I'm gonna come all the way over because I want to elongate this muscle as much as I can. Then I'm gonna start over again. So it's not how hard, you guys keep going. It's not how hard I'm doing this. I only want to plug the knee back until I feel that muscle engage. It's not how much you're engaging the muscle. It just has to be engaged. And then we come down, do a couple more passes. Nice big inhales, even exhales, opening and closing. Don't slow it down too much. Good, and then release. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to get this structural fascia to be open and hydrated and have a lot of oxygen and a lot of really good healthy tissue, which is going to help us when we go to stretch that muscle and help us go to a longer end range, right? That's called greater flexibility. This will make permanent changes in that structural fascia, which in turn will help our central nervous system be able to go to a longer range of motion. On your back, head can be on your pillow if you want, or you can be flat. We're going to do half happy baby. So lift up your right foot, take your right hand, and either hold outside your foot, or if you have the flexibility, come and bring the elbow inside the knee, wrap it around your ankle, and hold the instep of your foot with your palm facing to the right, or the outside. It doesn't make a difference, okay? Or you can come right over top of your ankle. So my elbow is inside my right knee, my wrist is on top of my right ankle, my hand is gripping the pinky edge of the foot. You can also hold back on your ankle. Depends on your flexibility. Starting point. We're working hamstrings, okay? Starting point, knee is bent. Pull your knee in, press your elbow out, pull with your hand, press with your foot, and feel your hamstring, especially your outer hamstring, engage. Now I'm gonna open up, toes to the nose, and I'm gonna reach to the heel, and I'm gonna go a little bit out to the side so that my knee comes kind of closer to the mat. And I'm gonna start over again, I'm on my back. I'm gonna push, pull, and I'm gonna open. So kind of feel this in my low back. I feel this in my outer hip. I'm going to pull with my hand, press with my foot to engage the hamstring, the outer hip. And the more I kind of roll, I'm holding my left hip down with my left hand. So I'm going to shorten it and let everything go. I'm going to engage and then I'm going to elongate. And I'm going to start over. I'm going to engage and I'm going to elongate. All right, let's go to the other side. So my right foot is flat. I guess your right leg could be long. My left elbow is inside my left knee. I'm going to come over top of my ankle and hold the pinky edge of this foot. You can come underneath and hold here. You can hold the instep of this foot. It doesn't make a difference, whatever you can do. I'm right over the top, ankle over, wrist over ankle. Okay, bend your knee, get your heel close to your glute. Pull with your hand, press with your foot. My elbow is pressing out and my knee is coming to is pushing to the right, just to engage that whole back of the leg. And then I'm going to open up. And I'm going to open, and I'm going to start over. I'm going to open a little bit out to the side and see if I can get my knee to come a little bit closer to the floor. Rather than going straight up, I'm going out. So let it go, engage it, elongate it. Let it go. Starting position, engage your core. Open and close. You're flossing, so it's movement, right? You want this to be moving. Couple more. Great. Okay. Come to a half kneeling position. We're going to do our quads. So my left foot's forward and I'm on my right knee. You can pad up your right knee by rolling your mat, or you can put some knee support underneath your right knee. You don't want to have a big bolster under there because you're going to be too wobbly. The back of the top of the back foot has to be on the mat. Okay? My hands are just resting on my front knee, or my front quad. I can always grab a roller if I need some assistance with balance, okay? So the engagement of the quad is that you're gonna press your back foot down and tuck your tailbone. I feel my right quad. Now what I'm gonna do is, keeping a nice straight spine, pressing my back foot down, I'm gonna lean back and I'm gonna come forward. It might not be a lot. Press the top of your back foot down, tuck your tailbone, lean back. I have really tight quads, so it doesn't look like I'm doing very much. It could be an inch. Lengthen your quad by leaning back. So I'm not arching my spine, I'm not using my chin. Press down with your shin and the top of your foot. And then come back to your starting position, right? Push down, engage the quad, lean back, lean back, lean back. Wow. Hip flexor and quad. Let's go to the other side. You can always hold on to this foam roller. You look behind you, make sure the foot is pointed straight back. You don't want to have it like sickling in, right? Push down with the top of the back foot and the shin. Tuck your tailbone slightly like we did on the roller. Feel this quad engage and then lengthen the quad. Lean back. You can have one hand on your roller, especially if you have a short roller, or anything that's going to help you. Or you stack your hands on your quad, push down, lengthen. Yeah, I can go further on this side. Push down, tuck your tailbone, and lengthen. Push down, and you're kind of straightening through the front leg, right? Keep doing it. Keep going. Do a couple more passes. Make sure you're breathing. This is a great way to do your engaged resistance stretching for your quadriceps. It's hard to stretch your quadriceps like that. Okay. Let's go to the hip flexors and more of the inner part of the quad. You're going to be on your back. So bring your feet wide. So my left foot is all the way over to the left-hand side of my mat. I'm going to pick up my right foot and I'm going to put it on the left side of my left knee. Okay? Right ankle, left part of the left knee. So we're going to work our hip flexors here. I'm going to walk my left foot over so that if I look down my body, my left knee is in line with my hip, is in line with my shoulder. I don't want it to be crossed over to the right side of the mat. Your foot can be off the mat. Maybe you feel the floor. To engage, I'm going to push my knee to the left. And then to elongate, I'm going to keep plugging my knee to the left. I'm going to drop both of my knees to the right, and I'm fighting. I'm pulling down with my right ankle, and I'm plugging back to the left with my left knee. Keep going, keep going, keep going, and then come up and find your starting position, right? So plug your knee to the left, and then resist. Resist with your knee. Your left knee is resisting, your ankle is pulling. Resistance, stretching. We're elongating. You should feel this in your hip flexor on the left side. Your starting position, both knees up to the sky. Plug your left knee to the left. Use your right ankle. Drag, 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 drag. Pull, resist, 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 resist. You want more? Walk your foot to the left. If your knee is coming down too easily, walk your foot to the left. You're coming to the instep of the left foot. Okay, I'm going to switch sides. You guys can hang as long as you want on whatever side feels good. I'm going to walk this right foot over. I'm right on the edge of the mat. I'm going to see if this is going to be enough. I'm going to pick up my left foot and bring the outer part of my left ankle to the outer part of my right knee. My engagement with, I want my torso to be straight, right? I don't want my head to be over to the left. Torso is straight. Knee in line with hip, hip in line with shoulder. Plug the knee to the right, pull down with your right ankle, keep plugging your right knee out to the right. Resist, resist, resist. Come to the instep of that foot. Pull, 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 pull. I can go much further on this side. Keep going, and then come up and start again. Plug to the right, pull with the top, and go, 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 go. There's your exhale. Inhale. Keep going. You're flossing. Like when you floss your teeth, you wouldn't stop. You want to go in, out, floss, 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 floss. Lengthen, shorten, lengthen, shorten, lengthen, shorten, lengthen, shorten. All right, excellent. Come on your back. We're going to do some quick figure 4 2 ways. Right, let's go to the other side. Left ankle, right knee. Interlace your hands behind your right, underneath your right knee. Kick your right ankle into your, kick your ankle, your left ankle into your right knee. You'll feel your outer hip and your low back engage. Bend your elbows, tuck your chin, and bring your knee towards your shoulder. Your right foot is up off the mat. Engage the muscle. Kick the ankle into the knee. Elongate. Bring that right knee towards the right shoulder or cross body over to your left shoulder. You can pick up your head and you can bring your chin to your chest. Engage and curl. Start over. Engage and curl. All right, and then put your right foot down. Bring your hands basket grip behind your left knee. Plug your left knee away. Drag it across your body and then start over. Engage. Push your left knee into your clasped hands. Your right foot stays on the mat. Elongate. Drag it over toward your shoulder. Belly in, come over, come over, come over. And then start over. We'll do one more. Good. Okay, other side. Right ankle, left knee. I want you guys to learn how to take care of your hips. Okay? Pick up your left foot. Interlace your hands behind your left knee. Engage. Kick your right ankle into your left knee. Bend your elbows. I like to tuck my chin, and I'm tracking my left knee towards my left shoulder because I feel it more when I do this. Come in, come in, come in, and then start over. Head down. Kick away with the ankle. Keep kicking. Bring the knee in. So it's a resistance. You're having a tug of war. Then I'm going to put my left foot down, interlace my hands behind my right knee. I'm going to kick my right knee away, and I'm going to drag it across my body. I'm going to bring my chin towards my collarbone and start over. Kick it, pull, elongate, elongate, elongate. That left foot can be on a block, okay? You don't want it up. You want your left foot to be on something, so you can rest your foot on a block. Give me a couple more passes. Nice big breaths. Inhale, exhale. Excellent. Okay. All right. We're going to go into some long holds. Everything is warm. Everything's ready to go, right? We did the superficial fascia. We did the structural fascia. Now we're going to get in. We're going to focus on muscles. The most important thing about our long holds is that you want to be as relaxed as possible. You want, if you think about what you're stretching, that muscle needs to be as relaxed as it can. That's where our props come in, okay? We're going to start with lightning bolt or hero, okay? Our knees are together. Our feet are wider than our hips. Maybe you start and you sit on 2 blocks, okay? You're not going to lay back and have your knees lift up unless your hips are supported on something. So you can put 1 block underneath your hips. Your knees are together. The tops of your feet are on the mat. And your toes are facing straight back, okay? I'm going to turn sideways. Maybe you're on 2 blocks. Maybe you're on 1 block. Remember, your block has, you probably wouldn't want to put it on this height, but you could do your lowest height or your medium height, right? Knees are together, tops of the feet are on the mat. So you can just bring your hands back and have your hands be underneath your shoulders. If you don't have a block underneath you, we're here for 2.5 minutes. If you don't have a block underneath you, you are sitting on the mat. You're sitting on the mat. Your glutes are on the mat. Otherwise, we're going to lengthen our exhale so that they're double the length of our inhale. So you're going to inhale, nice long exhale. You don't want any sharp shooting pains in your knees. You need to back off and modify, right? You either start with 2 blocks or 1 block or no block. firmly on the mat, and I'm moving my heels out of the way so that I can get my glutes down on the mat. My toes are facing straight back. Then you can lower onto one elbow and lower onto the other elbow, or maybe you lower onto, you bring your arms out wide. Your knees press down and slightly forward. Nice long exhale. If you're super flexible here, which I usually am, but I have not been working on this, you're gonna lie all the way back without your shins and your knees coming up. You're gonna rest your shoulders and your head on the mat. You can grab opposite elbows overhead, but your knees can't come up, and you don't wanna be in any pain. Double the length of that exhale. Direct your exhale to your quadriceps. Remember, when we do our long holds, minimum 2 minutes, maximum 5. We have about 30 seconds to go. You really need to be relaxed into this in order to get the most out of it. You can lie back on your bolster too. If you're like almost there, or if you have a whole bunch of bolsters, you can pile your bolsters up behind you and lay back over your bolsters. Relax your toes, relax your knees. It's perfectly fine to sit straight up. Maybe rest your hands on your quads. You don't have to lean back. If you're lying all the way back, you need to come to one elbow and then the other elbow. One hand. Bring yourself forward, sit down, swing your legs forward, and lie on your back. Toes are out, heels are in, and just rest here. Good job, good job. We don't work on our quads that much. All right, bring your knees to your chest, roll over to one side. We're gonna go to a balasana, yogi squat. Again, this is where you're gonna use your blocks. So you wanna angle your toes out slightly, and if you think that you are gonna need this, this is gonna tell us how our ankle flexibility and our hip flexibility is. Your toes are gonna be slightly out, your heels are gonna be in, your elbows are gonna be inside your knees, and you're gonna come to a seat, okay? This is a passive squat. Feet are wider than your hips. One block, maybe 2 blocks. Remember, we're here for 2.5 minutes. So, I'm gonna sink down. I'm gonna drop my head and neck forward. And I'm going to rest my hands on the mat. Remember, this block has 3 heights: low, medium, and high. If you feel like you need to sit on something to get more comfortable, then sit on your block or bring your bolster in. Otherwise, you're just going to sit and you're going to hang. If your heels are elevated, that's okay. Our goal is going to be able to get your heels down onto the mat, obviously. Drop your head, chin to the chest. Let's breathe in for 3. Let's breathe out for 6. We're looking for a change. We're looking for a loosening, a deepening. We're looking for a change. It's super passive. Our elbows aren't pushing. We're just sitting as deep as we can. Let your chin come forward. If you feel like it's too much work, prop yourself up. This is really good for our hip flexibility as well as our ankle flexibility. It's going to help you in the gym with your squats. It's going to help you with your running or really anything where you need that ankle flexion. Walk your hands in. Scoot yourself off your blocks if you're on blocks or a block. Sit down. Legs forward. Come to one elbow. Come to the other elbow. Lie on your back. Let your toes flop out. Let your heels be in. Find your bolster. We're going to twist. I'm going to bring my bolster over to my right side. I'm going to make sure that my body is straight. Okay? I'm going to hug my left knee into my chest. I'm going to bump my hips slightly to the left, and I'm going to bring my left knee over to this bolster. Bolster is optional, you guys. Okay? If you don't want to be on the bolster, you can bring your knee and your shin all the way down to the mat. Now, you've got two ways you can do this. You can only go over as far as you can with your left shoulder staying on the mat. This is where the bolster comes in for a lot of people. Timer starts now. You can take your right hand and rest it on your left knee and kind of encourage it to stay there. Your left shoulder can stay pinned. You can do anything you want with your left shoulder. You can reach it up. My desk is in the way. You can reach it out like a T. You can rest it on the floor behind you. You can extend that top leg long. And you can look to the left. Let's breathe in. Find your breath count, double your exhale. I did a study. I have to go back in my notes and find it. Big research study on breath and which breath counts worked in which scenarios. What we're trying to do here is relax this hip as much as possible and then stretch it and hold it for a long period of time. So it needs to be relaxed. That's where our props come in, right? My extended leg was a little bit too much. I was feeling it wasn't relaxed. It was starting to tense up. So I moved my bolster so that I could really have this leg be supported. I'm still going to look to my left. So the breath count with an inhale and doubling the length of the exhale really helped the body down-regulate and keep a muscle relaxed, right? That's what our goal is here. If we want permanent changes in our flexibility and we do long holds, we can't be shaking, we can't be straining, we can't be working, we have to be like a wet noodle. Just think wet noodle. It might not feel like you're doing much, but I don't want you to feel like you're doing a lot. It's going to be kind of counterproductive to what it is we're trying to do here. Maybe you scoot your foot out, I don't know, like a couple inches. It doesn't have to be a lot. Slowly lie on your back. Bend your knees, realign your hips. Straighten one leg, straighten the other leg. We're going to go right to the other side. I'm going to bring my bolster over. It's the length of my body. I'm going to hug my right knee in, and I'm going to cross my right knee over. You can do a block tower here underneath your knee. You can turn your bolster sideways, which is what I'm going to do. No, actually I'm not. I'm going to keep my bolster flat. So my foot is resting, but my knee isn't resting. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if over time I can get this hip to open. See if it'll just naturally start to melt down towards the roller. You can look to the right. You can play around with the length of that top leg. This is a big low back stretch as well. So honor all of the muscles that we're putting in a nice passive stretch. We did our active stretching already. This is just wet blanket, wet noodle. You're just like a mush. You're just mushing here and breathing. Back off if you need to. There should be no work at all. Focus on your breath. Double the length of your exhales. Slowly release. Extend your legs out long. Let your toes flap out. Let your heels be in. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock and roll over to one side. Press down with your top hand and come to a seated position. We're going to do a butterfly stretch. Soles of the feet are going to be together. And you can elevate your hips here. You can sit on a bolster, you can sit on a block, or you can sit on the mat. But you want to be towards the front of it, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to move our feet 4 or 5 fists away from my pelvis. So 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to go about 5 out, right? I'm going to walk my hands forward. I'm going to come off the bolster because I don't need the bolster here. Okay, so I like to go palms face up, forearms underneath my shins, and then bring my chin to my chest. Good morning, hips, huh? If you can get your elbows flat to the mat, that's okay. You can put a lot of different things that you can do here. You can elevate your feet. If you want more, you can put your feet up on a block or put your feet up on a bolster. You can put your bolster underneath your legs so that when you open your knees, if you're super tight, then your bolster is supporting your shins and your knees and you can just rest forward. So we can round our spine and come forward here. Allow your head to hang. Your forearms are down, your palms are up. It feels really good with the bolster, long ways underneath, let me tell you. You can put your hands underneath your, you can kind of grab onto your feet, whatever feels good. Just anything you can do to relax. Maybe your forehead is getting a little bit closer to your feet. You can rest your forehead on your feet. Flip your palms face down. Walk your hands in. Bring your hands back by your hips. If you have your bolster, you can set it up to be a little pillow. We're going to hit Shavasana. Spin around, feet to the bottom of the mat. Lower yourself one elbow at a time. You can take your bolster or your roller and put it underneath your knees. You can lie back with your head on the bolster if you would like. Not on your shoulders. You want your shoulders to be on the mat, but if you feel like you need to have your head supported, then you can do it now. So we hit the hamstrings and the quads because they're directly related to our hips. In our figure 4, we also recruited some stretching of our glutes, right? We can't just work the hip, the 2 hip joints. We have to work all the areas that affect our hips. Just stay right here. Stay here as long as you would like.